Hi everyone, it's so good to be back. It's probably been a long time since anyone has seen me on here. I did just have a baby, so I was taking some time off, but now I'm back and I'm ready to bring you guys some more videos. So a while ago, like a long time ago, we got a question from one of our subscribers asking about the hand path and the arm path from 9 o'clock in the arm circle to about 6 o'clock and through the delivery of the arm circle. And I'm so sorry that it has taken me so long. It was literally like probably a year ago at this point. I'm the absolute worst, I'm sorry. I'm finally getting to your question now. I don't remember who the subscriber was, but I'm going to answer that question today. So we're going to be talking about the arm path, the correct motion of the arm path, how the arm unravels at the back side of the arm circle, and specifically addressing the question of the arm and the hand and the ball from the 9 o'clock position at the back side of the arm circle through the delivery. And I'm going to be using this little piece of PVC pipe to really demonstrate that motion, because it can be very helpful. This is actually a really great drill that a lot of pitchers can do to work on that correct arm path as well as the correct wrist and finger motion for the delivery of a fastball. So, as we come up the front side of the arm circle, okay, hands working together, both hands reaching towards the catcher. I personally like to have my ball facing down or facing to the side as long as that elbow is pointing straight down. We don't want to see any bending out to the side. We don't want to see ball turn this way because that creates a lot of tension in the shoulder and can create issues with the arm path. So I'm going to hold this PVC pipe. You see how I'm coming out the front side of the arm circle? That PVC pipe is pointing forward. As I come up and do my top of the arm circle, my elbow is going to be pointing back. My hand can either be pointing forward or turned a little bit to the side. Again, what matters more is the direction of that elbow, pointing straight back and pointing down. Okay, so now as we approach 9 o'clock, which is right about here, this is when we really need to get to that palm up, elbow down position. Okay, so you can see my elbow is pointing straight down and that PVC pipe is pointing straight back. Okay, from here, my hips are going to engage. That's very important. We don't want to stay all the way open because that creates a lot of issues with posture and drive through toe and knee positioning. And that hip engagement is also a big part of what helps us generate good whip and elbow pull down. So my hips are going to engage as my elbow pulls down to my hip, okay? So now if you look here, this is really important because this is where a lot of pitchers get into trouble. My elbow has pulled down to my hip and that piece of PVC pipe is still pointing straight back, okay? My palm is still up. I've created forearm lag and that piece of PVC pipe is pointing straight back behind me. This is where a lot of pitchers get into trouble. What happens sometimes is instead of having separation between the upper and lower body where the hips engage and the shoulders stay more open, pitchers will start to use their shoulders. And look what happens to this PVC pipe when I start to engage my shoulders. Now you can see that PVC pipe is no longer on the power line. It's no longer pointing straight behind me. It's not going towards my target. It's now pointed sideways. I'm almost side-arming the pitch, okay? Or sometimes even if pitchers do have good separation, they tend to kind of go like this. And this is when we start to see a lot of players and parents starting to say, you know, my pitcher's throwing a fastball and it's got kind of a funky spin on it. That's from that kind of sidearm motion that happens from using the shoulders or coming around the ball like this. What we want to see as we're coming down the backside of the arm circle, again, hips engage, elbow pulls down, and that PVC pipe pointing straight back. Once my elbow gets to my hip, this PVC pipe is going to snap straight forward towards my target. You can see how close my arms stay to my body, how tight my wrist and fingers stay to my body, and how that piece of PVC pipe never left the power line. So my elbow is going to come down, that PVC pipe is pointing back. As we pull down, the hand is going to start to turn slightly sideways, but that you can see that PVC pipe is still pointing backwards. I'm not doing this, okay? It's staying close to my body, and then we snap forward, getting that forward and upward wrist snap. That is what creates the correct spin on your fastball. When we start to see this, side arming, that's when we get that kind of funky bullet spin. Okay, so pulling down from the elbow, hips engaged, PVC pipe pointing straight back. Once that elbow reaches the hip, the hand is going to start to turn sideways and we snap forward, and then we allow ourselves to relax and finish. So let's go over that one more time from the side so you guys can really see. We're coming up the front side of the arm circle, and I apologize, I have to bend my arm a little bit here because otherwise I'll hit the ceiling. Arm is coming up the front side of the arm circle, hands working together, nice and relaxed. PVC pipe pointing forward, okay? Hands come up. Elbow is always pointing back. We're never turned sideways or bent like this. Okay, we're going to get to that palm up, elbow down position once we're at 9 o'clock. Okay, hips are going to engage. Elbow comes down to the hip with that PVC pipe pointing straight backwards. Once the elbow reaches the hip, hand's going to start to turn sideways. We're going to snap that PVC pipe straight forward, right next to our body as we deliver. And it's going to give us that correct hand path as well as the correct directional snap of the wrist, okay, as opposed to using the shoulders or just kind of side arming or coming around the ball, excuse me. Elbow comes down, hips engaged, PVC pipe straight behind us, hand starts to turn forward, PVC pipe always on that power line, snap, PVC pipe points straight forward, and extend forward. So obviously with the ball in your hand, again, you would see that ball, palm up, elbow down. Imagine you have that PVC pipe pointing straight back. Once the elbow gets to the hip, hand's going to start to turn sideways, forward and upward wrist snap, followed by downward and outward, super loose, whippy relaxation. I hope you guys have found this helpful. This is such a crucial part of the delivery of the pitch, feeling the correct arm path, combined with good hip engagement and elbow pull down and the correct directional snap of the wrist. That's going to be getting you some good speed and command as well as good spin on your fastball. All right, I hope you guys have found this helpful. I've got a lot more videos coming your way soon, and I'll talk to you next time.